What's going on, guys? Juice Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today it is going to be Saturday the 28th of December. We have confirmed this to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous video will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer episode. And finally, in the comment section below, now we're at the halfway point in the Premier League season, who's been your player of the year so far? Right, so first up today we have got a story from Le Parisien. They're saying RB Leipzig are confident they have beaten both PSG and Manchester City. That's in the race for the professional contract of 17-year-old defender Tanguy Kouassi. He currently plays for PSG and he apparently is a massive talent. And because of this transfer, and if it does go through, it does mean that Upamecano will be allowed to leave Leipzig in the summer. They pretty much said to Kouassi, you'll be replacing him, and Upamecano has bled to the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City. I know some people aren't a massive fan of Red Bull and their football teams like Salzburg and also Leipzig, but the way they develop players and bring through talent constantly, like bringing in a 17-year-old and saying, you know what, from next season, you'll be starting at centre-back. To me, it is so impressive they can keep on doing that, and if he does come in and be a success, you can guarantee in like 2 or 3 years' time he'll be wanted by some of the biggest teams in the world. And next up, Marco Arsene and Espanyol are preparing to make a move for veteran Brazilian forward Hulk on a temporary deal. They expect to do so at the very start of next year in 2020, and this could tie in with the fact that the Chinese Super League has now introduced a new designated player wage cap. It happened over the last, I'd say, 2 or 3 days, and it basically means that the max wage now for foreign players is set at 3.3 million euros per year. And for Chinese national players, it's 1.4 million. So likes of Oscar, Carrasco, Hulk, they're likely to move back to European leagues or maybe even make the move to the MLS. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure when Oscar first made the move, the rumours were of like £500,000 per week. Now, if you consider what that would be after the changes made by the CSL, it reduces it down to like 49,000. Barcelona midfielder Carlos Aleñá is set to quit the Camp Nou on a temporary basis and join Real Betis. Sport do say that Barca do think Aleñá has a future at the club, so there won't be an option to buy included, and he'll only be there for 6 months. A pretty surprising story from Don Balon is that Real Madrid have highlighted Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa as a latest transfer target, and the midfielder is wanted for cover at the Santiago Bernabeu for Casemiro. He is currently on loan to Villarreal from Fulham, and his time at Craven Cottage last season after making the big money move from Marseille, it was absolutely horrific. But he's doing very well now in the Spanish league, and for Real Madrid, they see him as good cover. So in the space of a year, he could have gone from a flop at Fulham in the Premier League, then getting relegated, to a potential Real Madrid player. And next up, according to the Daily Mail, they're saying Angel Gomez is unsettled at Manchester United, and Barca are in prime position to swoop for the highly rated young attacker. The 19-year-old is weighing up his options ahead of his contract at Old Trafford expiring this summer, and a move to the Camp Nou could well happen. Arsenal midfielder Mohamed El Neni's father says the 27-year-old Egyptian international, who currently right now is on loan at Besiktas in Turkey, he's advanced talks over a move to AC Milan. But some Italian media are saying this isn't true, and the player isn't in talks with AC Milan, and he's set to stay with Besiktas. A transfer that I mentioned yesterday is going to be Zlatan Ibrahimovic returning to AC Milan, and pretty much everyone now is saying that it's set to be confirmed on a 6-month deal, though in the summer they could potentially talk about an extension, and he could well start against Sampdoria on January 6th. Now, it would be a free transfer because he currently does not have a club after leaving LA Galaxy, and in regards to FIFA Ultimate Team, I really hope we get a good flashback card of him at Milan. Right, so it turns out AC Milan have announced the re-signing of Zlatan Ibrahimovic on a free transfer, and it's a 6-month deal until the end of the season. But apparently there is a further year option, so if he does quite well, he could stay for next season as well. Spanish international Dani Olmo has confirmed he's ready to take the next step in his career and believes his time in Croatia is over. The Dinamo Zagreb attacker has starred in the Champions League, and because of that, he's attracted interest from Manchester United, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, but he's now looking to move to a bigger club. Dries Mertens will not be leaving Napoli and instead has decided to sign a new contract with the club, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. But Calciomercato say a similar thing, that he will be staying at Napoli, but he has rejected a move to Borussia Dortmund, and instead he'll look to see out the rest of his contract with Napoli, but they don't suggest he's looking to sign a new deal. Real Madrid are reportedly planning to offer Vinicius Jr. in part exchange for Paul Pogba to Manchester United, and this story comes from El Desmarque. The Frenchman is wanted by Los Blancos, but the Red Devils will not be tempted by only cash. And considering Vinicius Jr. is rated very highly by Real Madrid, I'd be quite surprised to see him included in any type of deal. But over the last couple of weeks, he has been linked to the likes of Paris Saint-Germain as part of a deal for Mbappe, and even most recently a move to Chelsea. Granit Xhaka has agreed terms with Bundesliga side Hertha Berlin, according to the Arsenal midfielder's agent. Hertha made a €25 million or £21.4 million offer for the Arsenal man, and their current record signing is €21 million for Luca Bacchio. There were rumours saying that they were willing to pay $45 million, but it seems to be a lot less than that. And Bild mentioned that Arteta does not want Granit Xhaka to leave Arsenal in January. He wants him to stay at the Emirates Stadium, but given his current situation with the club, I think it's very likely now he'll be leaving, and Hertha will be his next destination. A story that popped up a couple of days ago is that Rangers have contacted Olivier Giroud. Their attempts have got virtually no chance of being successful, according to L'Equipe. And just yesterday, Steven Gerrard basically laughed off reports saying that Giroud could be going to Rangers, and in short, they're not interested. It does still seem that Giroud will be leaving the club this January, and it looks like his number one target is still to go to Inter Milan. The likes of Liga side Lyon, they're also showing interest. And now moving on, according to Le 10 Sport, they say Paris Saint-Germain may have a struggle to keep Choupo-Moting at the club. That's because Fenerbahce looked to tempt him with a move to Turkey. The Cameroon international is out of contract at the end of the season and is the Super League club's number one transfer target. If he were to leave, it might cause PSG sporting director Leonardo a headache, because Cavani is also set to leave and join Atletico Madrid. A short one from the Metro is that Manchester United are favourites to sign 23-year-old England and Leicester midfielder James Maddison. The fee is set to be around £18 million during the summer transfer window, and there are still rumours saying he's in current contract talks with Leicester City. Another United rumour, according to the Daily Star this time, is that despite having a troubled spell at Old Trafford in 2013, United may join the sweepstakes for Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha. The Ivory Coast international is also on Chelsea's radar, but the Eagles' £80 million valuation may scare some suitors off, as it did for Arsenal in the summer transfer window. Another United and Chelsea target now is going to be Jadon Sancho, and according to the Express, the Borussia Dortmund transfer demand of £100 million means that Chelsea won't meet that amount. The Blues still remain interested in the England teenager, but they won't pay such a significant sum for him. And would it surprise me if if Sancho makes a return back to the Premier League, if it cost over £100 million? It wouldn't really surprise me too much. But then again, there were rumours saying that Chelsea had agreed to pay £130 million, so we'll have to wait and see. AC Milan and Paris Saint-Germain are in talks to swap two players, according to reports in Italy. Sempre Milan say the French champions have offered €8 million plus Julian Draxler for Lucas Paqueta. Both clubs are keen to do a deal, but PSG's open offer may be too low. And Julian Draxler does seem like a player in demand because he's linked to Chelsea, and Le Parisien suggests that Hertha Berlin also want to try and sign him. And in fact, the story linking Draxler to Chelsea comes from the Daily Star. They say Chelsea are interested in PSG duo Julian Draxler and Senegalese midfielder Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Gueye only made the move to PSG from Everton during the summer window, but about a year ago, it was also linked to him back then. And just because Chelsea are interested, by the way, doesn't mean that PSG are looking to sell, because Gueye has settled in very well and has been starting pretty much every single match for them. New Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta wants to sign France midfielder Adrien Rabiot on loan from Serie A side Juventus in January, and that story is from the Times. But Telefoot suggests that Juve are unwilling to allow Rabiot to leave the club on loan in January, and that's after signing one of three from Paris Saint-Germain last summer. Alongside Arsenal, apparently Lyon are interested in his services, but they want to keep him at least for the rest of the season. And another Arsenal target now is going to be a massive one if they manage to pull it off, and that's Napoli's Koulibaly. This story comes from a host called Ian McGarry, who has a transfer window podcast. And he said that Arteta is targeting the Napoli centre-half as his first signing at Arsenal. The quote from the host does say, "I've heard, although can't confirm, that Arsenal have also made contact with Napoli through a third party regarding Koulibaly." Now, does it mean that Arsenal will get him because there'll be a lot of competition for the player? Maybe not, because they can't offer Champions League football. But the fact they are trying to get players like him and of his quality, it means they're definitely trying to address the issues in defence. Chelsea will look to Germany to end their striking woes, according to the Express. The Blues are set to pay Timo Werner's release clause at Leipzig, according to the report. The striker has 18 goals in 17 league games this season and is available for just €13 million or £27 million. El Desmarque report that Tottenham are ready to offer €30 million plus Christian Eriksen. That's in exchange for Real Madrid forward Gareth Bale. Jose Mourinho has been in contact with the Welshman as Spurs aim to push through a deal in January, and now the CSL rule saying that a player can only earn a certain amount, it probably rules out a move for Bale to the CSL like in the summer. And this transfer I think would be best for all parties because Real Madrid wanted Christian Eriksen, and to get cash plus the player they want in exchange for Gareth Bale, who he isn't really a fan favourite anymore and seems to be a bit of an issue at Real Madrid, and Spurs get Gareth Bale back, again I think it'd work out. Real Madrid have made inquiries about the contractual situation between PSG and Inter Milan, that's in regards to Mauro Icardi. This story is from FC Inter News. PSG sporting director Leonardo is keen to make Icardi a permanent signing as soon as possible, and has already an agreement in place to bring him in for €65 million. A permanent deal though requires Icardi's consent, and because of Real Madrid's interest, it could make it a complicating situation. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.